Hallo Klickenabendler, wir sind in Essen auf der SPIEL, mal wieder. Und zwar bei Horrible Guild. Next to me is Alessandro. Hi Alessandro.
Hello everyone, bye.
You have another game in almost the same box size. It's called a Great Split.
Yes.
I don't know what Great Split is. I guess a famous event or something like that?
Yeah, it is a fancy event where rich people trade with each other because they collect expensive stuff for fun, basically.
Okay. That's a real event or?
No. I was just joking.
Alright, okay.
No, in this game, players do take the role of rich people collecting expensive stuff, though. And the goal of the game is to have the fanciest collection at the end of the game. The game can play up to 7 players, and each player gets one of these player boards that represent your collection. You can see one set up for the beginning of the game here. And these are the various precious things that you can collect in the game. So ancient tomes, artworks, gems of 2 kinds, topazes and emeralds, gold, and then these seals which are useful for the end game scoring. And the way you add more stuff to your collection is by trading these cards with the other players in a I split you choose mechanism. So just to make an example, you start the game with 4 cards for level 1 cards. Then during each round you draw cards from certain levels from the central board. So on the first round we have 1 level 2 cards. So I have 5 cards in my hand now. Before I can add them to my collection, I have to take my splitter card, divide these cards into two groups, like for example this. Then I put books and 1 gem on one side and points and 1 gold coin in the other.
But you choose how is that?
I can choose. I could also do this, but this will be stupid because the other player would just take everything and I get nothing. So when you have done, you decide how you split. You put everything in your wallet, and then you pass your wallet to the player on your right. At the same time, you receive a wallet from the player on your left. Everybody opens the wallet they received. You look at the cards
and choose
you choose which side you want to keep for yourself and give back the other. So you do this. At the same time, your wallet is coming back. So now you have half of the cards, not exactly half, but half of the cards that you chose from the player on your left. The other half is cards that you had and offered to the other players, and they gave them back to you, but you did not choose which group you got back. Now these are the cards that you can play on in front of you to add things to your collection. So for example, now I would have 2 books to add to my collection, then 1 blue gem, then 1 gold coin, and 5 points. Oh, I'm missing the token for the points, but whatever. Imagine it going up. You do this once each round. So over 6 rounds, you collect more and more stuff, and you get more and more riches. And there are various ways in which each resource gives you points, and that is the reason why, and the motive, because you decide how to split in a certain way. Because, for example, let's say that at one point of the game you realize that you want more blue gems because that is a good way for you to score points. So how do you convince the other player to leave you those blue gem cards instead of taking them?
Perhaps?
No, that is the simplest one, but you can also look at their board and see, maybe they want artworks, statues, or ancient books. So you try to make a split where, okay, I leave the ancient books there and maybe I put 1 point and 1 good gold coin for good measure, but I keep the blue gem. This is not a very strong card, but level, the higher level cards are more interesting with more stuff. So you try to make an offer that they may find it interesting, so that you can push them to take what you want them to take, so that you can keep for yourself what you want to add to your collection. And that is, since you are always exchanging with the same person, you get to realize which kind of strategy they are playing. So
But you give him points that way.
yes, but you hope to make more. And you hope they don't realize that by leaving to you what you want, they're letting you do more points. Or if you want to play it safe, maybe in a different situation, you
1-1.
you could try to make a more equal split, so that no matter what they choose, you always get something that you want. The point is that there are many possible strategies that you can use when you create your split, and that is the most interesting.
So how do I know what victory points are behind this?
Exactly, that is what I was going to explain next. Some resources give you points in a very straightforward way. So for example, ancient tomes. Basically, the more you have, the better. If you, for example, and step back. During the setup, you place this token randomly on the board, so you know when some of the resources are going to score. So you also know that some resources are going to score first and then the other later. In addition to that, they all score differently, as I was saying. So ancient tomes, for example, if I have this position, I only gain 3 points. But if I gain just one more, now I gain 6 points instead of 3. So they're pretty simple. The more you have, the better. After the same round, I would be gaining points for art, and the art is working in a completely different way, and it is tied to these other tokens that are also randomly placed at the beginning. So at the end of each round, after the drafting and splitting and whatever, you flip this token, and this tells you how many space this slider is going to move forward. This represents the current value of the art market. Okay, so next round we play, we do all the things, and then we flip the other token. Oh, there's a 4 now. This is the maximum it can get. It can only happen once, so it's up to 5 now. Then next round, next token, it's a 3 for a total of 8. Now, if I have, let's say, 7 artworks at that point, 7 artworks means 6 points. And you see this happen during the game. So what you try to do with your splits is to try to keep for you, convince the other player to leave you as enough art cards, so that you can surf on the wave of the points and stay ahead of this slider. But sometimes you may just not be quick enough, and this goes very, very quickly above your reach. So at that point, maybe art cards become a good way for you to entice the other player to take those art cards and leave you stuff on the other side. So you can always try to turn a bad situation into something good. The other way to make points is with these gems, and they score together, but only the lowest one counts. You make points double the value of the lowest one. So the best way to improve them is to keep them balanced, because at that point it doesn't matter which one you are improving, you are still always improving your score. Instead, if you go all the way up with this, you still only get double of these many points, which is not a lot. So you gain these points for these resources also during the game, and then again at the end. At the end of the game, you also gain more points thanks to these tracks below. Each one of these tracks is connected to the track from above of the corresponding color, and if you look closely, you can see that each resource track also has some of these icons. They are called the contract icons, and each one of them, the value in points of each one of them is determined by the position of this token on this other track. So for example, if I have my token here,
2 points.
each one of these icons is worth only 2 points, but if I gain one more, that could be a lot of points. Also, these tracks have some bonus spaces that give you 1 bonus advancement on that track if you reach or pass it. So they help you with the final score, but they also help you with more spaces for the regular scores. So they're very useful, and those seals are one of the other things that you can gain from these cards. This card will let you gain 1 in any one of these tracks, and this one on the other couple of tracks. Then I didn't mention anything about the gold so far because it doesn't have a score per se. It has contracts, so you can gain. But the best thing about it is that every time you reach or pass one of these spaces with a double arrow, you gain a double bonus advancement on any one of the other track. It's like you're using that gold to buy other stuff, and you can use that to maybe, for example, you didn't manage to collect blue cards, but you can use your gold to gain more blue gems and keep them on an equal level and optimize the score for the gems. So it's a powerful tool to maybe also counterbalance some bad luck. Oh, I forgot to mention that also your splitter card, the one that you use to split the two groups, can also be used every round as a free joker advancement on one track. Okay. So this also gives you a little bit of control on your strategy.
And these are our character cards?
Yes. These character cards are, each player has one, and they are just a sort of like a gentle push towards one certain strategy, because they give you some starting resources and also some free contract icons for the end of the game.
Right. And that's it?
That's basically it. It's not that complicated, and the best thing is that since players are playing most of the time all simultaneously, even if it can play with up to 7 players, it only lasts around 45 minutes. So it's a quick moving game with a high player count, and we think that's one of the best selling points of the game.
And you can play it with 2 to 7 players, that's also quite good.
Also quite versatile, yes.
All right. So that's the game, the Great Split. That's being available right now, right?
Yes, it's available right now. I think it is available at the fair, of course, and it's available on our website. Also, we have a nice promotion currently going, now that you make me think about it. It's called Spiele-Offensive, and until I think October 24, you can, if you spend at least 30 euros on our website, which is basically if you get any one of the new games, it's enough. You can get our Essen games at home with free shipping. So it's almost like being here. Not the same. It's not the same, but it's the next best thing.
And you're sure you can keep the transport cost for free?
Yeah, we will
because
discover.
At the moment transport.
Yes, but we are transporting for Germany. Our hub is in Germany, so
I see.
At least, yes.
That's a great thing to do.
Yeah, we hope people will enjoy the offer, and we hope it doesn't kill us. But we made our calculation, and it should be fine.
All right. Okay. So thanks for the explanation.
Thanks to you. Bye.